Okay, in this video, Solving Systems Efficiently, we're going to tackle the three types of systems that you'll see and how you can identify them and solve them quickly and efficiently. So let's take a look at example 1. Now you'll notice that both of these are actually in the same form of ax plus by is equal to c. And if you'll recall from the previous video, we call this standard form. Now, what was the method that we want to use whenever we see a system of equations in standard form? Well, the method is we want to use elimination. Okay, so what is elimination? Well, elimination says looking at either my x's or my y's, can I essentially multiply one or both of those numbers so that I can cancel out that either the x's or the y's. So, for example, let's take a look at this value 2. Well, how can 2 get rid of a positive 6? If I multiply 2 times negative 3, well, negative 3 times 2 will give me negative 6x. Okay, so basically, these two things will eliminate or go away. But you can't just multiply the 2, you have to multiply everything. So negative 3 times negative 3y will be plus 9y, and negative 3 times 11 will equal negative 33. Now from here, remember, we add straight down. This is what allowed us to cancel 6x minus 6x, and 2y plus 9y will give us 11y. And this will equal 22 minus 33, which is negative 11. Well, of course, we can divide both sides by 11, and y is equal to negative 1. Remember though, for a system, you're always trying to find both the x and the y. So in standard form, I would say just choose one of them. For example, I'll choose this, let me do it in blue, 2x minus 3y is equal to 11, where my y value is negative 1. Okay, so working down, we have 2x, negative 3 times negative 1 is positive 3 is equal to 11. And solving for x, which you guys are pros at, we just subtract 3 from both sides and we get 2x is equal to 11 minus 3 is 8. After I divide both sides by 2, I get x equals 4. And so guys, we know that every single point is made up of an x comma y, or in this case 4 comma negative 1. And guys, this will closely mirror example or problem number 1 in the preceding problems. Okay, let's move on to our second example. Okay, here we are in example 2, and you'll notice that both of these equations are actually in the form of y equals mx plus b, which we call that our slope-intercept form. Remember, when they're both in slope-intercept form, we will set them equal. And of course we do this by the transitive property. So here I'll say, you know what, 2x plus 18 is equal to 6x minus 2. Now this is an easy example. What should we do? Well, we should move our smaller x first. So minus 2x, and of course that goes away to leave us 18 is equal to 4x minus 2. Well guys, we know that we should add 2 to both sides and we get 20 is equal to 4x. After we divide both sides by 4, we will get that x is equal to 5. Now from there, of course, it's not good enough to just get an x. We also want to find our y value. So let's choose this equation since it has the smaller numbers. We can say this, y is equal to 6x minus 2, where our x value is what we just solved, this 5. Okay, so now I know I have y is equal to 6 times 5, which is 30 minus 2, and of course here y will equal 28. Once again, we know every point is made up of an x comma y, and so we can call this 5 comma 28, and that will be our appropriate answer. Okay, now let's move on to our third and final example. Okay, here we are in our third example, and what do we notice here? Here we have a variable by itself. Okay? And that's the key. When we see either x equals or y equals, and then this other equation is standard form or slope-intercept form, it doesn't really matter. What we're going to do is basically say this: x equals is like saying x is 12y minus 4. And remember, this method is substitution. Okay? Alright, so how are we going to write this? Well, this is the one where I'll use my original color, and we'll say, okay, 1/4 x, because we know what x is that, plus 2y is equal to 10. And here we're going to plug in what x is, and recall x is 12y minus 4. Now from here, all we want to do is turn these both into fractions, because remember, a fraction times a whole number just doesn't quite work. And on our fractions, when you multiply, recall it's top times top, or 1 times 12 is 12 over bottom times bottom, 4 times 1 is 4, y, and again, top times top, 1 times negative 4 will give us negative 4 over, and bottom times bottom, 4 times 1 is 4, plus 2y is equal to 10. Now from here we want to do a little simplification. We know 12 divided by 4 will give us 3y, minus 4 divided by 4 is 1, plus 2y is equal to 10. And moving this on up, well, now I have 3y plus 2y, which is 5y is equal to, 5y minus 1 is equal to 10. Of course, guys, we can add 1 to both sides. Those cancel out, and we get this. 5y is equal to 11. After I divide both sides by 5, well, I get y is equal to 11 over 5. Now, of course, it wouldn't be, a Mr. Hastings problem if there wasn't some nasty fraction work. So I'd want you to pause this video, finish taking down these notes, and then we'll go find out what x is in just a moment. Okay, so we know that y is equal to 11 over 5, and we want to find x. Well, since x is all by itself right here, let's go ahead and use this formula. We can say x equals 12y minus 4. And notice our y value is this 11 over 5. Well, of course, we can turn this into 12 over 1. And we can say, you know what, x is equal to top times top. Let's see, 12 times 11 should be 132 over 5 minus 4. And this is just tricky because it's just adding or subtracting fractions. But this is really negative 4 over 1. And remember, we want to multiply this fraction so that this 1 becomes a 5. Well, we can do 1 times 5, and what we do to the bottom, we do to the top. Okay, so working down, we now have x is equal to 132 over 5 minus top times top. Negative 4 times 5 is negative 20 over 1 times 5 is 5. And guys, this gives us our x value is actually 132 minus 20 is 112 over 5. Now from here, we can write our final answer. I'll just switch up the colors. We see here, every point is made up of an x and a y, and in this case, our x is 112 over 5, comma, 11 over 5. Alright guys, there you go, and good luck on this assignment.